triumphant return, Liz Bickel!
Wow, no pressure. Thanks. I noticed that typos were kind of a theme for tonight. I have one to share. It's not my own, but a friend of mine and I were texting, and we talked about fighting each other for some reason. And he informed me that he was going to punch me in the tit. And I said, that's not fair. And he said, totally fair. And I said, how do you figure? And he's like, well, if you're so badass, your tits are orally fair game. I was like, oh, so you fight dirty. Cool. And he was like, actually, I meant totally. I was like, okay, that makes more sense. Also, before I forget, there's a couple back there, Brittany Saturn, Chuck Hackenberg. They're waving. Go to thedailyitem.com, vote for them so they can be on the cover of a wedding magazine.
Woohoo, weddings!
I don't know what else they win, but anyway, this is weird. I celebrated a birthday 3 days ago.
Woo!
Thanks. I'm now closer to the age of 30 than 20. Yeah. So I think I'm getting old now. And like with the realization of that, I started talking about with other people, and I started thinking about my childhood and talk to other people about their childhoods. And I had this friend say to me, when I was in kindergarten, I got head for the first time, and I was like, I'm sorry, you got what? You got hit for the first time? And he was like, no, I got head. And I was like, oh. When I was 5, I was learning a tumbling routine to the song Smelly Feet and a tap dance to the song Fame. I guess that's the difference between growing up in inner city Philadelphia and the suburbs. Also, as a child, I had a guinea pig named Pipiak that the daughter of one of my dad's ex-girlfriends liked to throw down the stairs because it sounded funny when she squealed. It was really, I laughed, but it wasn't funny. I was actually really upset about it. But I also ate hot dogs raw. I ate butter by itself. And I did this a lot. I'm thinking. I still don't have that done. Also, when I was 10, I was very ambitious. I wanted to be a country singer, a veterinarian, a racehorse owner, trainer, breeder, and jockey, a rodeo star. I was going to marry my 5th grade boyfriend because he was my best friend's cousin, and that was the best way to make sure we would stay best friends forever. Also, I was never going to drink alcohol because Darren the Lion told me not to. I've become very good friends with Jack Daniels, so a lot of that has changed. I'm not friends with anybody from the 5th grade. I don't sing outside of the shower and my car. I almost threw up while dissecting a sheep's eye and a pig's lung, and then I actually threw up while dissecting an earthworm, so becoming a veterinarian was out. I'm too fat to be a jockey, so instead I make dreams come true, one bottomless fry fill at a time.
Yeah, girl, get that bottomless fries.
At 10, there were a lot of things I never would have expected for myself. Like that when I sent a picture of this woman in a floral print dress and straw hat with her 2 cats with the Easter Bunny, and said, this makes me feel better about my life, and he was like, that's you with your cats, isn't it? I was offended because I would never wear a dress like that, and I figured he would know that I had better fashion sense than that. Let's see, shit. I also, how can I forget this? I never would have expected that I would be mistaken for a zombie twice in one night and have my life threatened with an axe. When I was 10, I also thought I'd have kids. That's because I liked them because I was also a kid. As I've gotten older, I realized that my disdain for them grows stronger every day. It got really aggressive recently. Last night, actually, I was at work and we have like class, kind of, and when you're at a computer, people can see you, and I was standing with my back to it, and the server standing next to me like made this face. She was like, and I was like, why? And she's like, that kid. And I was like, do you know him? And she was like, no. I was like, that's weird. And so I turned around to bring an order in on the computer, and he like puts his face up against the glass, and he's like, bleh! And my instinct wasn't to make a funny face back or to try to scare him back. It was to tell him to go fuck himself. He was like 3, so it almost happened. I never thought that I would encounter a raccoon with rabies. It was a lot of fun. A friend of mine and I were coming out of our barn with the dog, and we were going to go in the house, and her dog takes off for her pond, and there's a raccoon out, and it's broad daylight. It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's not normal. And it's like walking in circles. I was like, you gotta get your dog in the house because that's not okay. So I convinced her this raccoon had rabies. So we reacted like any normal girls would. We left and we got ice cream. And then we came back and she was texting people trying to find someone with a gun to come and shoot it. And we hid in the truck because we were scared of it. Someone came over with a gun. We couldn't find the raccoon, so we had to go looking for it. We found it, and it was actually really sad. Like, I found myself saying, maybe we should take it to the vet. Instead, our friend shot it, and then hit it with a shovel to make sure it was dead. And then we moved it and we lit it on fire to dispose of the body. And when I got home that night, I watched Old Yeller in Rabid Raccoon Rhonda's memory. That's what I named her. R.I.P. And of course, I mean, my big thing that I talk about that I never expected would happen to me is that I would become a cat lady. I still have 2 cats. Wasn't part of the plan. My life now consists of saying things like, Gary, get your head out of my bag of Cheetos. Gary, stop attacking my legs, you're being a douche nugget. You can't have nice things when you own cats. They either pee on it or they break it. And a couple weeks ago, I got home from the bar, weird, and I'm laying in bed, and I live alone with 2 cats, that's it, and it's fine. And I heard my toilet flush in the middle of the night, and of course I'm like, oh, is somebody in here? Like, are they going to rob me or kill me and they just needed to use the bathroom first? So because I have no regard for my own personal safety, because I still continue to speak with the person that threatened my life with an axe, I open my bedroom door and I go, hello? And I hear the toilet flush again, and then my cat, Gary, comes running out and he meows. And I realize that my cat taught himself how to flush the toilet. So that is my life now. At 10, I wanted to be a veterinarian. I wanted to have a family. I wanted to be a jockey. And instead, I drink too much. I live with 2 cats, and I get my life threatened with an axe. Thanks.